All right, let's do a quick video walkthrough of how to use this Google Sheet to connect to the Gemini LLM and prototype in Sheets, a user interface that everybody knows how to do. So the first thing is make a copy of this document. So you have your own copy. It's going to copy all the attached app script as well. And so we want that to happen. So it's making the copy. And once that's done, it's going to warn me that some formulas are trying to send and receive data from external parties. That is true. We are going to be connecting to the Gemini LLM, and then we're also connecting to Google News for one of the examples. So I'm going to say allow access. And then the next thing I need to do is paste in my Gemini API key. I have one handy right here. Okay, and then I can go to the first tab. So I've got like 3 tabs in sequence here to show you how you can link these things and create a workflow. So the very first one is generate some product ideas. And here we're asking the LLM, hey, come up with some ideas for some new Google services for people in this role, salespeople in this country, United States, and I want it to be this number of words long. And so you can see here that I can define those variables just by putting them in double brackets, and then I can fill them in by adding new cells down here below with the same exact names. So let me go ahead and run this. And it's saying authorization required. And yes, I'm going to give the script permissions. So it's going to ask me to choose my account and then give Sheets LLM access. And it's going to connect to an external service. So I'm going to say allow. And now it should be good to go. So now if I go to Sheets LLM and hit run again, it's actually going to send this prompt after it fills in those variables with that data to Gemini, and then put the results here in the result cell. And the other thing to notice here is the temperature. The temperature can be between 0 and 1. 0 is pretty much more factual and 1 is more creative. So it just ran this, and so it's come up with a number of Googly sales services: Lead Lens, Sales Synapse, Sales Compass, Sales Navigator, Sales Plus, etc. Okay, so I can leave this as is, or I can edit it if I want to. But now let's go on to the next sheet. And so what we'll notice here is that this sheet is saying, hey, you're an expert marketer. I want you to pick from this big list of Google services and then write a press release for the one you think has the best chance of success. And then the one argument here is, here's the list of ideas. And that list of ideas is actually being pulled from the previous sheet that Gemini generated. And so you can see how now I'm chaining these things together. It generated this list of ideas, and now I'm going to ask it to pick one and write a press release for it. And it's going to go ahead and do that and put that here in the result thing. And I put the temperatures fairly low because I wanted it to be more factual instead of creative. Okay, it picked Sales Synapse and wrote me a press release for it. Cool. And now let's go do it one more time to the third tab. And now I wanted to suggest some accompanying visuals to go with the press release. And once again, now it's using the press release as an argument, and the temperature is a little bit higher because I want it to be a bit more creative. So it's going to read through the press release and then come up with a number of examples of visuals that I can attach to the press release. And so it's like got an example of an infographic, a graph, a table, a screenshot, etc. So now you can see how you can very quickly start playing with LLMs directly in Sheets and even link them and chain them together. And then one other example I want to show you is this one. Let me refresh that real quick and get some data in there. So this last tab here is a Google News feed. It's basically just this one command in cell A1, import feed Google's news Atom feed, and that has like the top headlines for the day. And then this tab actually pulls all those top headlines from that other sheet. And then its prompt is like, write me the plot for a movie that's using at least 3 different news items from the top headlines in the news. And so I send that in, and it's going to generate me a crazy plot. And the temperature here is 0.5. So it's like somewhere between factual and more creative. And so the movie's called The Heatwave Protocol. Here's the synopsis. It's got some romance and intrigue, and it used these various news items about the punishing heat dome and conspiracy around election subversion, etc. So that's how you can use Sheets to start experimenting and prototyping with LLMs. And you can download this, or you can get the link off the Ask Steve blog, and there's instructions there about how to use it as well. And if you want to try even more advanced, like how do you unlock the power of ChatGPT and Gemini in any browser, any web page, then you should try out the Ask Steve Chrome extension. All right, good luck and thanks.